there can be numerous situations where you have to leave a job, but today I'll share it from the perspective of the timing. Leaving it before it's too late for you. Because timing is everything. If you are not smart enough to gauge these red flags on time, then for sure you'll land yourself in trouble. So to save you from landing into these troubling situations, I'm here sharing 5 red flags with you, which are usually kind of not very evident. I mean, not right in your face, so that you can tell this is going worse or you should leave now. And in your career, at any point of time, if you feel this is happening with you, these 5 situations are happening with you, then my dear friend, it's time for you to leave and look out for something else. So on that note, let's get started. Point number 1, and most of people ignore this one, is leave before it gets messy. Now hear out this one very carefully, because not many people share this out loud on such a platform, but it really happens more than often, more than you and me think about it. So sometimes you'll see that the person you're reporting to, your manager, that person and you have some kind of natural friction. I mean, it's not related to work, it's not related to the professional environment, it's not even related to culture or behavior. There's something that goes off in this person's behavior whenever they see you around. It just turns them off. Now, if this is the situation, it is the most important red flag that you need to see, because in such a situation you cannot do anything. No matter what you do, you improve your performance, you try to speak to this person, or no matter what you do, this situation is not going to get any better. And if you stay there in a hope that someday you will do something magical and this person will fall in love with your work or you, that's not going to happen, my friend. It is not Indian TV serial where you do something magical and their behavior changes 180 degrees. That's not going to happen. So think about your future, find out something in time, leave at a point where you can shake hands with this person and can leave peacefully. If you do not do this, situation will get worse. The person will not even let you exit peacefully. He or she will try their best to make it worse for you to leave the company as well. So leave when the exit doors are wide open for you and nobody's there to create trouble for your exit. And point number 2, which is also not a very evident one, and it is called the sweet trap. Identifying the sweet trap and making an exit out of it. And what is the sweet trap? A sweet trap is when your manager or your company appreciates your performance, your work, you are very good, you are given very good comments every time, very good remarks, very good ratings. But when it comes to the monetary part of it, you never get good hike. Either your manager says, oh, this year the company has not done a good revenue, that's why you're not getting good hike, or something on those lines every year. See, the bad revenue thing can definitely happen, can be a case, but once in a while, and you will not be the only person who is affected by it. It will be affecting the whole company, all the employees out there. If you're seeing this pattern that only you are affected by those bad revenues, then my friend, it's a sweet trap. And it happens a lot with people who are good, people who work in silos, people who do not trouble anyone, people who do not make noise about what's happening in their career. It especially happens with those people who are too good to be true. So identify those sweet traps and do not get fooled by good ratings and good remarks, because come on, we all are working for money eventually. Nobody's doing charity by working in companies and grilling themselves so hard. So nobody's doing a charity. Everybody's working for money and everybody must get what they deserve. So if your manager is tricking you by playing this sweet trap thing, opt out and save yourself. Point number 3, when there's no growth at all and you get too comfortable with your work, or in other words, there's very little work for the money that you get. It can happen when people are on bench, there is not enough work. When you start feeling that, oh, it's too comfortable, I hardly have any work, usually have a joyful day at work, I hardly have to do anything, but I still get paid my big fat salary. Guys, if you have realized this yourself, that you are getting so much salary, but there isn't enough work to justify that salary, your company is going to realize that sooner or later. And then they'll kick you out and it will come you as a surprise or shock, I should say. So do not get comfortable. If you feel the work you are getting is lesser and you're not occupied most of the time, then reach out to your manager or management in general, asking for more responsibilities. If you feel there can be some responsibilities that you can take, ask for that. It will give a very good impression to them. You might get a good performance appraisal as well, and you will make a very good rapport. But if you see that the company itself doesn't have much work, then plan your exit on time. Otherwise, you'll be kicked out of nowhere, and then it will come as a shock for you, and then you'll not be able to balance your financial liabilities. Moving to our next point, which is when your work is downgraded. So it's not an intentional demotion that a company does for the employees, but sometimes what happens is, say for example, you were doing development, pure development work for new projects every time, and all of a sudden you see, maybe for whatever reason, now that development has been slowly moved like 40% of your job, and rest 60% has now changed to some maintenance work or handling ticketing system. See, there's nothing wrong with either of the job, but I'm just trying to make you understand that if the pattern is going downwards, there's something wrong with it. Not that the company is intentionally doing it, but you have to understand that if you keep working like this, your market value will degrade, because ultimately you are a developer, you were working on a development profile, and if tomorrow if you try to switch, obviously you will not have the experience which a developer at your level should have, because more than half the time you were doing maintenance stuff, support stuff, handling the ticketing and all of that stuff. So make sure that once in a while it's okay. Maybe if it is happening for just 2-3 months, it's okay. But if you see this happening for the longer term, plan your exit well. If you have the possibility to speak to your manager regarding this, and you see that the manager will understand and will give you back all the responsibilities which you were doing before, then it's good enough. Speak to him or her if you can do that. If not, plan your exit well. Point number 5, if you're not getting paid for the new technology that you have learned. This one is really tricky, guys. Whenever there is a new technology in the market, you'll see initially for that particular skill, there's a very high demand in the market and people are paid like crazy for that particular skill. Now, if you are working in a company and you learned that skill and you have shared your certificate, and maybe you have done it through company itself, company paid some amount for you to get certified in that, but the company is not giving you the appraise that you worth with it when you start working on that technology. If the company is not doing that, if company is not recognizing that, please plan your exit on time, because let's be honest, guys, most of the technical people scale like this only. If they have taken that pain to learn a new technology, it's not easy to change. It's not easy to come out of your comfort zone and learn a new technology, upgrade yourself totally on something new. It's not a cakewalk. And if you have done that, then please make sure that you get value out of it on time. If you do not value it on time, then the market as well will not value you, because as I said, by that time there will already be competition, because a lot of people might have learned that technology already. So now let's quickly summarize all the 5 points that we discussed in this video so far. Number 1, leave before it gets messy with your manager if there is a natural friction. Number 2, identify the sweet trap where you are not getting monetarily raised but are getting good ratings and remarks. Who wants that? Number 3, when the work is way too less and you feel you are getting too comfortable in the job and you are kind of getting the salary for free. Number 4, that your work is somehow being downgraded. Number 5, that your company is not recognizing your new learnings and your new upgradations. So that was it, guys. I really hope you found some value out of today's conversation and it can help you somewhere in your career. And with that, I'm signing off. You keep on watching more content on the Corporate Diaries to be corporate ready, and I'll see you in my next video. Till then, stay safe and healthy. Take care. Bye.